Think you need a monster CPU to crush video editing? I thought so too, until I built my rig and got a reality check. Everyone told me to max out the CPU for those endless 20-hour editing marathons. But here's the kicker. My i9-12900K barely hits 50% usage, while my 4070 Ti Super is out here carrying the team. Turns out, the secret to a killer editing setup isn't what I expected. And if you're planning your own build, stick around, because this might flip everything you thought you knew. I've been in the YouTube game long enough to see trends come and go, and back when I was piecing together my editing beast, the hype was all about CPUs. More cores, more power, they said. I bought into it, snagging the i9-12900K after dodging the buggy 13th and 14th gen chips everyone was whining about. I figured it'd be the backbone of my workflow, rendering 4K footage, juggling timelines, the works. But when I fired up my software, something didn't add up. The CPU was just chilling, sipping coffee at half capacity, while my GPU was sweating bullets. What was going on? Here's the deal. Modern editing software has evolved, and GPUs are the real MVPs now. Programs like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, even After Effects, they're all leaning hard into GPU acceleration. Take Resolve, for instance. Those fancy fusion effects, color grading, and 8K playback? That's your GPU flexing its muscles. My 4070 Ti Super handles it like a champ, offloading tasks that used to grind CPUs into dust. Encoding, decoding, real-time previews, it's all GPU territory now. Meanwhile, the i9-12900K is just there, keeping things smooth, but it's not the star I thought it'd be. Don't get me wrong, the 12900K is no slouch. It's a multitasking beast. 16 cores, 24 threads, blistering clock speeds. If I'm running a dozen Chrome tabs, streaming and editing all at once, it doesn't even blink. But for pure editing grunt, the GPU's where the action is. If I were building this rig today, I'd tell my past self to chill on the CPU obsession and pump more cash into the graphics card. A mid-tier CPU with a beefy GPU, like a Ryzen 7 paired with an RTX 4080, would have saved me some bucks and still crushed it. Lesson learned. Balance beats overkill every time. Now let's pivot to gaming, because that's where the CPU-GPU dance gets spicy. If you're into AAA titles, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, those cinematic eye-candy games, your GPU is the bottleneck, full stop. The 4070 Ti Super chews through ray tracing and 4K textures like it's nothing, while the i9-12900K just keeps the frame pipeline humming. I've pushed this combo to the limit in Starfield, and it's buttery smooth at max settings. No surprises there. Modern blockbusters are built to tax your graphics card, not your processor. But flip the script to esports, Valorant, Rocket League, Apex Legends, and the CPU starts flexing a bit more. These games live or die by frame rates, and at 1080p, a strong CPU can push you past that 240 FPS sweet spot. The i9-12900K delivers here, no question. I've seen it hit 300 plus FPS in CS2 with ease. But here's my hot take. Unless you're a pro streamer or a frame rate snob chasing leaderboard glory, the difference between 250 and 300 FPS is pure placebo. Your monitor probably can't even keep up. For 90% of gamers, this CPU is overkill for esports. And that's coming from someone who's tested rigs from budget to bonkers. Cooling's the other piece of this puzzle, and man, did I overthink it. With a chip like the i9-12900K and a 20-hour daily workload, I was ready to drop serious cash on a custom water loop. Everyone online swore it was the only way to tame a high-end CPU under constant stress. But then I started crunching the numbers. Water cooling's sexy, sure, those RGB tubes, that sleek aesthetic, but it's a maintenance nightmare. Pumps wear out, leaks happen, and for a machine running near 24/7, that's a disaster waiting to strike. So I went rogue and slapped a chunky air cooler on it instead. Best decision I ever made. Full load stress tests? Peaking at 70 degrees Celsius. Rendering marathons? Mid-50s, steady as a rock. No leaks, no refills, no fuss. I've run this setup for months, and it's been rock solid. Air cooling gets a bad rap sometimes, but for long-haul reliability, it's slept on. If you're building for endurance over flash, skip the water hype and grab a beefy tower cooler. Your wallet and your sanity will thank you. Looking back, this build taught me more than I bargained for. The i9-12900K is a powerhouse, no doubt, but it's not the editing king I hyped it up to be. GPUs have stolen that crown. For gaming, it's a luxury you don't need unless you're chasing niche benchmarks. And cooling? Simple beats sexy when the stakes are high. My advice to anyone watching, know your workload. If editing's your grind, prioritize GPU muscle. If gaming's your vibe, match your hardware to your genres. And whatever you do, don't sleep on air cooling for the long game. This rig's been a wild ride, and honestly, I'd tweak a few things if I could rewind. But that's the beauty of building. You live, you learn, you optimize. So next time you're staring down a parts list, ditch the herd mentality. Build smart, not just big, and you'll end up with a machine that's more than the sum of its specs.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.